Hello friends, we have just seen three more interesting charts for this week. These are charts which we are trying to use it for education as an educational material to learn price action trading as well as technical analysis, as well as to find out how sloping and horizontal trend lines work. This is not an invitation for you to trade on this. This is just so that you can watch what is going to happen in this coming week, and this basically can be used as a learning material for in the further weeks when you want to trade on your own. And this is basically, as I said, it is not an invitation for you to trade. And this is just for your educating you to how to use trend lines and learn price action as well as technical analysis. And three stocks which looks very promising are Coal India. I'll explain you how the charts, the PFC, that is Power Finance Corporation, and Torrent Pharma. So let us look at the charts. This is the 15-minute charts of Coal India. Now, Coal India generally gets in support from the 15 minutes from the 200-day. Now, it's not a 200-day; it's a 200 simple moving average. So now it is in the daily charts. It is Coal India is above the 200-day simple moving average. Now, yes, in the last week, what has happened? It has come below 200 simple moving average, below the 200 simple moving average. Now, what has happened in the last week is, again, if you look at October 4th. Till the starting of the week was somewhere here, and the ending of the week it is closed at the same level. There is no movement as such. I mean, it started at the same point, which is approximately 186 levels, and it is closed around 186. Though it made an intermediate high of 201. Now, what we presume is that it will again take support from the 200 simple moving average and goes back to the peak which it made, and maybe even go to higher levels. So this year we are using pure sloping trend, sloping trend line. We are using horizontal trend lines. What we do is we buy above yesterday's the last trading session's high. Fine, that is the entry is approximately here. The target is the high made in the last week. The stop loss is the low of the last week, because in the last trading session it has made a low, which is also the weekly low. And it is very close to the 200 simple moving average. So here what we do is here we draw simple horizontal lines. We feel, since there's not much movement happened which in Coal India throughout the week, it can break up on the upside direction. So that is the reason we are buying above last trading day's high and keeping the weekly high as the target, and the last trading day's low as our stop loss. Now, coming back to the figures, the entry will be approximately here, that is around 192 levels. The stop loss is approximately 184. The target is the previous high, which is approximately 203, and then there's the next Fibonacci target of 215. So here we are using only horizontal trend lines. We are not using sloping trend lines, and we hope that Coal India takes the support from the 200 simple moving average and makes a higher, goes higher. You can see, always look at this chart. Here it has taken wonderful support from the 200 simple moving average. Here it has taken wonderful support from the 200 simple moving average. So here also we feel it should take support, and in case it takes support, it moves higher and it crosses yesterday's high, the last trading day's high, and then it goes further up. Fine. So that is the reason we are not taking an immediate position here, because we don't know whether it is going to take a support or not. In case it does not take a support, it goes down. It will break the previous low, then it can go further down. But if it immediately takes support, it will go. It has to move above the previous day's high. Then it can go to higher levels. The next stock which we are taking is PFC, that is Power Finance Corporation. Here again, what you see is that last trading day's low is also the weekly low. And we have the 200 simple moving average, which is very close by. In the last week, it had tried to cross over to the 200 simple moving average and go higher, but then because of the entire market, that is the Nifty, Bank Nifty, most of the markets were flat, it did not do much. Now, if you look at the trading, what has happened is here on the 4th, that is last week, it started somewhere in the levels of 140. And it closed somewhere at 139.85. That's approximately the same level. So there's not much of a change as far as the starting of the week and at the ending of the week. So we again presume in this stock that since we feel the Indian markets will remain bullish for the next 1-2 weeks, because the Dow futures is trading approximately around 34,700 at the close of last week, and it has crossed 34,500. Now 34,500 was a resistance for the entire month, and since it has crossed 34,500, now 34,500 will become a support. and Indian market should remain bullish. Next Friday session, there was not much of FII selling, in spite of the fact that US 10-year Treasury bond prices were around 1.6. It had gone up to around not the price, the rate had gone up to 1.61. In spite of that, there was not much of selling. In fact, there was a marginal buying by the FII. So sentiment is the Indian market sentiment will be positive. Next is results are expected in this quarter. Quarterly results are expected. So generally, there is always a run up in the shares before the quarterly results because of expectations of dividends or splits or bonus shares or any surprising announcement. So generally the markets generally go up, and only after the results come out, maybe after 2 or 3 days, the markets react to the stock, whether depending upon the long and the short positions. Okay, now going back to PFC, as I said, there is not much of a movement here. We can see a 200 simple moving average here. So what we do is we initiate the position somewhere here, that is the high of the last trading day, which is also very close to the 200 simple moving average. So if in the 15 minutes candle or 1 hour candle, if there is a 1 hour bullish candle, 15 minutes bullish candle, I'll later on do a video on bullish candlesticks and bearish candlesticks. So if you find any close above previous day's high or above this 200 simple moving average, then it is going to go in this week. These are swing trading calls. These are not daily day trading calls. So it may take at least a week for the entire call to materialize. That is either your stop loss gets hit or your target gets hit. Fine, or even maybe the entry level may come within a day, or maybe it may come after 2 days. Fine. Now, if at all, now as one of the trading rules which I forgot to mention is, why if at all during this coming week it goes below the stop loss and then goes above the entry level, you are not supposed to enter it, because the stock has become weak because it has moved below the weekly stop loss. So I mean, the entry has to be only done if it does not go below the stop loss. So like, for example, if in the next 2-3 trading session it goes above this previous day's high, then only you should enter the position. You should not enter the position if the weekly low is broken, it trades somewhere here and then reverses back. Then maybe the momentum will not be there to take it back to the target levels. Now in case it goes above this level, the next target is here, which is the high it did on 29th of September, and the low, this is the stop loss for this should be the stop loss for that is the weekly low as well as the daily low. Now coming back to the figures, the entry is approximately at 150 to 1.50 levels. The stop loss is here, that is approximately around 138.60. The target is here, that is 138 levels. So sorry, target is around approximately 148 levels, and then there's a Fibonacci target of 155. So you can look at the risk reward ratio. The entry is approximately 140, 150, and stop loss is 138.60. So that is a 3 rupees stop loss, and the target was, the first target is around 148. So that is approximately 6.50 is a profit. So the risk reward ratio also looks very good. And in case if the target of 155 is it, then the profits are the risk reward ratio becomes too good. The next stock which looks promising is Torrent Pharma. So this has again got a very similar pattern to that of PFC as well as COALINDIA. Here again we are using horizontal trend lines. We are not using the sloping trend line. And again, as a CEO, again you can see in this chart, this is nothing much has been happening last week. It start on the daily charts. It is much. If I show you the daily charts, it is above the 200 day simple moving average. It is a very bullish chart. Now the only thing what's happening here is that on 4th of October it started approximately around 502 levels, and at the end of the week, that is on 8th of October, it again closed around 504 levels. So there has not been a single rupee difference. It started, it did go up in between, but then it from 500 it has come to it started the week at 504 and it ended the week at 504. Now what is one more thing which is the low you've done in the last trading session is approximately very close to the low of the week. The 200 day simple move, it's not 200 day, it is a 200 simple moving average of the 15-minute chart pattern. It's very close by. Generally, if you look at the previous sessions, it has always taken support from the 200 simple moving average. It has gone up. Here again, it has taken support. It has gone up. Here again, it has taken support. It has gone up. Here it took support in the last week. Last week twice it took support and it has gone up. But then again, since most of the Indian markets were flat, and as I was telling you, last week was an indecisive week because the Dow futures was trading below 34,500, which was a resistance for the Dow futures. It was on the last trading session, that is on Thursday night. It was not the last trading session. Thursday Indian night, Dow futures traded above 34,500 and went to 34,700, and Friday again it closed approximately around 34,700 levels. Now 34,500 will become a very crucial support for the entire month, and I personally feel that 34,500 will not be broken in this month. In case the market, in case Dow futures breaks 34,500, then all the world markets will again become sluggish. Sentiments will be bad, and people may not take very aggressive long positions. So right now things appears to be good, and we feel Nifty as well as Bank Nifty and many of the stocks many of the stocks which are looking very good on the charts has to go higher. In fact, this is a market, at least for the month of October, it is on buy on dips kind of a market because of the Dow support. And one more thing which has happened in the last trading session was on Friday there was not much of FI selling in spite of the US 10-year bond treasury rates being approximately 1.61. So that will also give you a positive sentiment for today. Now as far as entry of Torrent Pharma is concerned, the entry could be above the last trading session's high. The stop loss could be the last trading session's low. The immediate target is the high which it made on 29th of September. Now to give you the levels, the entry level could be here approximately 513. So we get a confirmation that it has taken a support from the 200 simple moving average, and it has also moved above the previous day's high, because generally once it moves above the previous day's high, it is considered to be very bullish. Fine, and the stop loss is previous day's low, and the first target is here, and the Fibonacci target of 539. After 527, this is the 527 levels. After that, the next target is the Fibonacci level of 539. Now, in case tomorrow or maybe in the next few days, because this particular price action may take a week's time. In case it goes below the stop loss, that is below the weekly loss, below the weekly low, there will be huge selling, so the stock may drift down. Now after it goes below the weekly low, then in case there is an entry again, it comes back and it crosses the 200 simple moving average, you are not supposed to enter, because the stock loses the momentum. Many of the buyers who have bought in the last week will exit the positions when it crosses the yesterday's low, so the momentum will not be there and it will not take you back to the previous highs. So it's a trading rule that once your stop loss is crossed and then you get an entry, you are not supposed to enter. I mean, you are supposed to ignore that entry, and in case it does move to back, after the entry it goes up, that you just have to take it as your bad luck. That anyway, there are a lot of other opportunities in the market which you can always capitalize on. So again, as I repeat in all my videos, these are just training videos how to trade using price action. This is a training videos on technical analysis. This is not an invitation for you to trade. In case you want to do or take up this trade, you speak to your financial advisor and take his opinion whether take his personal opinion. Otherwise, you can do some paper trading. You can learn technical analysis, price action trading using these videos, and later on maybe you can identify your own stocks and then trade on them. Secondly, I will request you to subscribe to my channel. We have been in the markets for the last 20 years. We have been doing a lot of activities related to the stock markets, but this YouTube channel is very recent channel, and in fact I think we are one of the few channels who take most of the channels are teaching trading strategies, and many of those strategies are non-working strategies. There's a lot of hype attached to the trading strategies. What we are doing is we are giving you a directional training, in advance. Like, okay, fine, this is what is going to happen in PFC, or this is what is going to happen in COALINDIA or Torrent Pharma or Torrent Power. So please subscribe to my channel. It will motivate us to put more content on the channel. Now the next thing is, in case you do trade, you see that you maintain stop losses, because in case of a global sell-off, because there are plenty of news in the market which we are not privy about, and suddenly there's a sell-off. Since all those markets are trading at their lifetime highs, you should not be holding stocks or positions, which creates a lot of loss. Next is, don't work with leverage positions, because that could give you a lot of personal as well as financial stress. And do your position sizing properly so that you can ride huge trends. So if you take a leverage position, what we generally see is that traders quit after when they make a small profit, but they hold on when they hold on for months, making huge losses. But at the same time, if the position is very small, which is a manageable position, which does not give much stress to the trader, he holds on till he gets a maximum benefit. So just do your position sizing properly, and never work with leverage positions. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your time. Please do subscribe to my channel, and in case you can forward such my videos to your friends or colleagues who are interested in the stock markets, it will be nice of you. Thank you once again.